Rachel Himsel, and I'm on the board of directors for the Arts Alliance of Greater Bloomington. We're so happy to have an amazing artist from Bloomington, Dawn Adams, and her beautiful work. The theme of the show is Water is Life, and I want to turn it over to Dawn to tell us about how you decided to work with this theme.
Oh, thanks, Rachel. A number of years ago, we had a family tragedy that really made me appreciate creating and making art and making images that are healing and transport you to an area that makes you feel good. It's sort of the act of creating sometimes puts you in that space where you can go to where you're painting. And I sort of picked water. I'd been doing glass and doing water themes in glass, and I was already kind of halfway there. And water has all this it has different looks. It changes the way the reality around it looks. You can do a lot of different things with it. It's challenging, and so I've just been, since about 2010, pretty much working only on water. These pieces are waterfalls, but I also have pools and lakes and creek beds and marshes and streams and puddles. I hear people respond to the work, and that is so rewarding for me. So if it takes you to the place where you see it, then I feel like I've done my job. So these are our waterfalls that are from Hocking Hills, which is in Ohio. This one, as you went around the waterfall, there was a ray of light that went right on the water where it was coming down. So this one's called Light Spray. And then this one, in the Hocking Hills, a lot of the waterfalls are small streams that shoot out from the embankment and land in the middle of like nowhere almost. I mean, it just seems like this water falling. This is called Sacred Falls, water falling from heaven. So this one was just the bottom part of the waterfall where it's landing in the pool. So that's sort of magical to me.
How long did it take you to make these paintings? Which are some of the smaller pieces, by the way? We can hopefully take a look at your larger pieces too.
Well, that's a question I get a lot, and I usually have about 10 to 12 more layers that I've done on top of the paintings, and then they have to dry each time. And so it usually takes me 3 weeks or a month to do a painting this size. And sometimes I've got more than one I'm working on because I've got techniques that I've got on one and I've got to let it dry, and then I'll go to another one.
So speaking of techniques, can we walk over to some of the larger pieces?
Sure.
Let's walk over and see these beautiful pieces over here. So that's right. So you were telling me earlier a little bit about this process, the linseed oil. Do you want to explain how you got this really cool texture?
This is there's a dry layer of paint, a layer of linseed oil, and then a wet layer of paint. And when you splatter the surface, the droplets fall and the paint crawls away from where it lands. And in this painting, there's a number of layers where this technique is used, and so it's sort of like a pointillism in a reverse manner. So that is a technique that I like to use a lot on sky. It really doesn't describe sky very well, but it makes this texture much different than the texture of the water, which tends to have a lot of directional movement. So this sort of is softer and is a nice counterpoint to the water. The water, I also make combs out of erasers, and so I comb through the paint. And so sometimes you can you can see where the edges have been pulled up a little bit, or the edge of the paint is a little bit darker from the combs that I use. Again, there's layers, so you have to sort of look for them. They're sort of hidden in there.
And you said these would take you months to make.
Yes, the big ones took me several months to do.
Amazing.
Yes.
Well, I love it. Water is life, and I love that it actually reminds us that how important it is to have clean and safe water. Which I think this is probably one of your points too in the
Right,
show.
right. Water is water's life. It's a big part of ourselves. We're made up a lot of water, and it just has all these other meanings. So it's a very dense subject matter.
Yeah. And a beautiful subject matter.
Beautiful
Thank
too.
you so much for doing a show
Thank
here
you,
at Thomas
Rachel.
Gallery.
Yes,
And,
I appreciate it. It's nice to have the space to myself. It's interesting how you have to you get unveiled. You walk in a little bit, and there's a little bit more. So you have one hallway, then you have another hallway, and then it works. It's a really nice space. This wall, I love the brick wall, and then as a counterpoint, you have all the drywall walls. But it opens up into this nice big space with a wood floor, and it's intimate too. So it's nice, and I really appreciate him offering it for us, for artists, and I really appreciate my work being here tonight.